everyone. This is Palak Varadia from LG Institute of Engineering and Technology in Department of Electronics and Communication. Welcome to the lecture series of Network Theory. Today we will discuss the topic that is Maximum Power Transfer Theorem. See, in this lecture series you will get each and every topic that is related to network theory. All the videos that is related to network theorems, then mesh, node, analysis, source transformation, network topology, like that. Alright. So let's start our today's topic, that is maximum power transfer theorem. So first of all, we will discuss the statement, and it is applicable to AC as well as DC source. So the statement of maximum power transfer theorem is the maximum amount of the power will get transferred to the load when the value of load resistance is equivalent to the Thevenin equivalent resistance in any given network. Alright. So, and as I said, it is applicable for DC as well as AC source. Now, see, first of all, we will discuss the maximum power transfer theorem for the DC source. See here, this is the diagram. In this diagram, one voltage is there, that is EX. Okay, then a source resistance. That's why the notation is what? RS. And one load resistance. That load resistance is what? It's a RL. And here our aim is to find out the value of RL in terms of ES and RS. Okay. Or the combination of ES and RS. Because we are finding the value of RL for the maximum power transfer. And the known values are what? ES and RS. So let's start this. See, first of all, what we will do? We will find what is the equation of the power? Yes, it's right. It's what? P equal to I square into RL. So when I want to find the power, what I require? That is what? Current. So what is the value of current in a simple circuit? Then I that equal to what? EX upon RS plus RL. Then P equal to what? I square into RL. So here I square is what? It's EX divided by RS plus RL whole square multiplied by RL. Now see, this concept is important. Whenever you want to find out the maximum, okay, anything, maximum, and you have a one thing that is a variable, then what you have to do, according to the maths rule, you can take the differentiation of the quantity which you want to find out with respect to that variable one. So here, we are interested to find out what power, and our variable is what? It's a resistance. So what you can take? Differentiation of the power with respect to load resistance, and then you have to equate that with the zero. Alright. So here, first of all, we just simplified that ES square on RS plus RL whole square into RL. And as I said, differentiation of the power with respect to load resistance. And then you have to equate that differentiation with the zero. So first what we found out? dP by dRL. So you just consider this last equation. In that equation, your ES square is what? Is a constant. That's why I have written out of the bracket, that is ES square. Now, first, here you have to apply the differentiation rule for the division. What is that? What's that rule? First, you have to do the differentiation of the numerator, write denominator as it is, minus, you have to consider the numerator as it is, and differentiation of the denominator upon denominator square. Okay, this is the rule what you can apply when you want to find out the differentiation of this division. So here, using that rule, see the differentiation of the numerator in the numerator what I have RL, because ES square already I have written out of the bracket. So DRL by DRL, definitely it's what? It's a 1. And then we have to write down the numerator as it is, that is RS plus RL whole square minus what we have to consider, that is differentiation of the denominator. So in my case, differentiation of the denominator is what? It's 2RS plus RL. And yes, we have to write down that RL as it is, right, upon what we need to do, that is denominator square. So RS plus RL equals to 4. And we have to equate this dP by dRL with the 0, like this. Now simply what we can do, see, if this goes in a multiplication with the 0, answer is what? Is a 0. ES square, 0 divided by ES square, answer is what? It's a 0. So only we will get, that is what? It's a numerator part, this part. So that is what? RS plus RL whole square minus 2RS RL minus 2RL square, that equal to what? It's a 0. Now open this bracket, then we will get RS square plus 2RS RL plus RL square minus 2RS RL minus 2RL square. So here if you simplify this, then you will get RS square minus RL square, that equal to 0. So the value of RS, that equal to what? RL. Here we will not consider plus or minus RL, right? Because the value of resistance is always positive value. Correct? So when you want to find the maximum power through load resistor in this kind of the circuit, alright, then value of RL is always equal to the source resistance, that is RS. So here the P is equal to what? ES square upon 4RS. Simply you have to put this RS value in our power equation. One more thing I want to tell you, that is in an exam, maybe the circuit is not like this. Okay, you have some series parallel combination of resistance, or maybe you have a more than one source. So at that time, how you can find out the value of this resistance? Because you can say RL equal to RS, but if your network is like this, at that time what you have to do? You have to convert your given network into this network. And how? How you can convert a one voltage source in series with the resistance? Yes, you can use what? Thevenin theorem. So, in the example of the maximum power transfer, first you have to apply the Thevenin theorem. So, what we will do? We will just remove the RL. We will find the VTH and RTH, we will connect that two in a series, and then load resistance. And then we can say that P equal to what? This is ES square upon 4RS. Now, we will consider the maximum power transfer for the AC source. See here, first in the AC source, we have a different case. So first we will consider the case number 1. That is, a ZL is a variable resistance. Then, see this diagram. ES, see this time is a AC source. Yes, RL is a variable resistance. And in the source, I have a combination of resistance and reactance. That is ZS. RS plus JXS. Now here also the P equal to I square R. So first of all, we will find the value of I. I get equal to ES upon RS plus JXS plus RL. And we know that the magnet power is always depend upon the magnitude. When you have this kind of the thing, right, J, like that, then has some magnitude as well as angle. But here we are interested to find out the power. So what we will consider? We will just consider the magnitude because we don't want any angle. How we can find out the magnitude? Let me give you one example. For example, A plus JB. Then what is the magnitude? Under root of A square plus B square. Similarly, if you compare that with the RS plus JXS plus RL, in that case A is what? That is RS plus RL. And what is the B? That is XS. So what will happen? ES upon under root of RS plus RL whole square plus XS square. Now P equal to I square into RL. So the P that equal to ES square upon this multiplied by RL. Now to get the maximum power, what we have to do? dP by dRL that equal to 0. Now differentiate with this. ES square is constant. Differentiation of the RL is what? Is a 1. Write down this denominator as it is minus RL as it is and the differentiation of the numerator, that is 2RS plus RL, and XS square is constant, that's why it's a 0. So I'm not writing plus 0. Divided by RS plus RL whole square plus XS square and then square. And finally we have to equate that with the 0. Now this denominator multiply with the 0 is 0. ES square 0. Then if you solve this, okay, first what you have to do? You have to open the bracket. So it's a RS square plus 2RS RL plus RL square, then XS square, 2RS RL minus 2RL square equal to 0. Then finally what we get? RL equal to RS square plus XS square. And we are interested to find out RL. So take the under root. And that is nothing but the RS plus JXS. Okay, because when you say it's a magnitude, then what is the magnitude? Under root of RS square plus XS square. So if you have a DC source and that DC source you have a RL, it's a variable. At that time condition is this. Now case number 2, that is ZL is a variable complex impedance with the variable resistance and variable reactance. See here, in this case our load resistance is a variable resistance as well as variable reactance. Procedure is same. Okay. So first of all what we will consider? I. That is what? And then this is the equation of I. Then you have to take the magnitude of I. Then P equal to I square R and then this P. Okay. But here in earlier case what will happen is only I. But here what you have to add? JXL. Okay. So when you are finding the magnitude, you have to consider that as a combined XS plus XL. Now, to get the maximum power, what you have to take? That is differentiation of the power with respect to load resistance. That equal to what? It's a 0. This is the equation of power. Now, see, we say that here XL is a what? It's a variable. So if it is a variable, how I can get the maximum of power P? When my denominator is minimum. Remember this thing. When I get PL maximum, when denominator is minimum. Yes, here XL is a variable. So I can tune XL that equal to minus XS. So what will happen? This term will become 0. Here I get PL that equal to ES square into RL, RS plus RL whole square. And if you remember, then we have to take dP by dRL and then that with the 0. That case is same as the DC source. So what do you get? RL equal to RS. Now next, Case number 3, that is ZL is a variable complex impedance with a fixed resistance and variable reactance. Like this, fixed resistance, reactance is variable. Then similarly, you just write down P equation, okay, power equation. Then here, as I said, XL is what is a variable. So what we can say, XL that equal to minus XS. So the power equation is this. This is same as the previous case. So we can say that RL equal to what? It's a RS. See, no need to derive a same thing, right? Already we have given the derivation of this term in a DC source. So here we will directly use that and we will write according to that RL equal to what? It's a RS. Now last case, that is what? ZL is a variable complex impedance with a variable resistance and fixed reactance. So what will happen? This is the equation of power, right? Then here you cannot say that the XL equal to minus XS because your reactance is fixed. So in this case you have to find out the differentiation of this power equation. So ES square is constant, then RL is differentiation is 1, just write the numerator. Minus RL, take the differentiation of the denominator. That is 2 RS plus RL. And XS plus XL that equal to what? 0 because it's a constant. Divided by denominator square. So now this goes here 0, ES square 0. So finally we will get this. Just we need to solve this. So what we get? You just open the bracket and cut the terms. Then we will get RL square that equal to RS square plus XS plus XL whole square. So the RL that equal to under root of RS square plus XS plus XL whole square. And that is nothing but the RS plus JXS plus JXL. And what is RS plus JXS? That is ZS. Okay, that is ZS plus JXL. So this is the proof of maximum power transfer theorem for AC as well as DC source. Alright. Now next is for the network given in figure. See, determine the value of RL for the maximum power transfer and what will be the value of power under this condition. See here, as I said in the example, see your circuit may be like this. You have more than one source, some resistors are connected in series and parallel. Here how can I say RS equal to RL, RL equal to RS? Here I have many resistors. So what I'll do? First I'm going to find the Thevenin equivalent circuit across the resistor RL. So first is find the VTH, remove the RL and find the voltage drop across that point here. So how I can get? See, convert this 12 and 1 into the current source. So I have a 12 ampere, 1 ohm, 1 ampere and 1 ohm. Now see this 12 and 1 that is connected in a parallel and the direction is also same. So you can add these two sources and then see this 1 ohm and this 1 ohm resistance that is connected in a what? In a parallel connection. So what here? 12, this is the diagram. Then 12 plus 1 is 13 and this resistance that is 0.5. Now VTH is what? Simply current multiplied by resistance 13 multiplied by 0.5 that is 6.5 volt. Now for the RTH in this diagram, what we need to do? We have to replace the voltage by the short circuit and current that is by the open circuit. So this is the diagram. By looking this diagram, we can easily see that RTH is what? This one parallel one. So that is 0.5 ohm. Now VTH equal to 6.5, RTH equal to 0.5. So the Thevenin equivalent circuit is like this. Okay. Now see here you can easily say that RL equal to what? RS. It is the same diagram. So in this case, RL that equal to 0.5 ohm. And what will be the value of power under this condition? Then P that equal to I square into RL, and that equal to 6.5 upon 0.5 plus 0.5 whole square multiplied by RL. Now if you substitute all these things, then you will get power that equal to 21.125 watt. Don't forget to write the unit. Okay? So I hope this session is clear. Thank you. You will get more videos like related to network theorems or any other topic. So please subscribe our channel. Alright?